Hello, welcome back to Football Now YouTube channel, where we'll be offering you our previews for all the Premier League fixtures, the latest round of fixtures, running you through the betting odds. Connor will be as well, and we will both be offering our predictions. We've just previewed all the games on Saturday. We're now on to the Sunday games and a quick game on Monday as well, I believe. Before we get into this video's game, I want to mention the competition we've got ongoing here at Football Now. We're winning a football shirt of your choice. Once we hit 100 subscribers, the way you get involved is subscribing to the channel and leaving a comment in the comment section down below on this video, the videos we've done before, and the videos we will be doing until we hit 100 subscribers. The decision and the announcement will come on our Twitter as well, at footballnow_1, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. So get involved, follow us on all the different platforms. The more likely you are to be pulled out as that lucky winner to win that shirt of your own choice. On to today's video. As you can see there at the bottom of the screen, Nottingham Forest hosting Aston Villa on Sunday at 2 o'clock at the City Ground. Connor, do you want to talk us through the betting odds first of all?
Yeah, Aston Villa, obviously, as you'd expect, they go off favourites. Actually, they bring pretty decent value as well. You're getting nearly evens on Aston Villa there. And they just seem unstoppable in the moment in the Premier League. It's sitting there in fifth place. So as it stands, it's Champions League spot, isn't it? 5 places this season in the Champions League. The only draw there is against Wolves, who we've spoken about how good Wolves are. But yeah, last time out, good 3-1 victory against Luton at home, 4-1 against West Ham. West Ham, who had a decent start to the season. Before that, I mentioned the Wolves, but then 6-1 against Brighton as well. So they just seem to be scoring so many goals. I know this is an away game, but I think in every single home game this season, they've scored at least 3 goals, which is just absolutely outstanding. So it's very, very hard to look past anything than Aston Villa win, especially at those odds there. Whereas if you look at Nottingham Forest, I mean, they're not on the screen there. They've not really been great. I mean, we've not yet put them in the conversation as, one of the teams that are fighting to go down, but maybe we should start doing it. I mean, they have got 10 points, so they have got a bit of a buffer, but they're only 2 points outside of the relegation zone. So, I mean, we've been speaking about Everton a lot, being in that conversation of going down, and we've not mentioned it. Nottingham Forest, well, Everton are above them now. I mean, we mentioned that home form is going to be really, really important. Now, they've not really got too many wins at home, but we always say if you're not going to win, be hard to beat, and they have been hard to beat. The last 3 home games, a 1-1 draw against Burnley, 1-1 against Brentford, and 2-2 against Luton as well. That would have hurt. The Luton one would have hurt because against Luton, a side who was, they're new to the Premier League, at the City Ground, they went 2-0 up, and then it was two goals in the final 10 minutes from Luton. Held them to a point. Steve Cooper would have been furious, I'm sure, at his side's capitulation there. I think things are a little bit concerning, to be honest, for Nottingham Forest. I mean, this I think when you're in this poor enough form, this isn't a game that you want to be playing. I mean, certainly in my eye, Aston Villa are going straight in. I think it is going to be a toughie. I'm not going to expect it to be a huge walk in the park, because at the City Ground, like we've said, Forest are hard to beat, but nearly evens on a rampant Aston Villa, I think, is good value here.
Yeah, I think they need to be very careful, don't they, Forest? I think we were talking about the possibility of this for Brentford until they picked up in form, but Forest now, they haven't won since the start of September. I think a 1-0 away win at Chelsea, and I'm looking at their fixtures after this. Obviously Villa this weekend, but they travel to West Ham, and then they got Brighton at home, they got Everton at home. They aren't the easiest of games right now. I think they've got a lot more quality than the bottom 3, certainly, but as I alluded to, another team in the East Midlands last season, Leicester, we all felt they were too good to go down, and they eventually did. They don't want to find themselves involved in that relegation scrap, because all it takes is a few bad results, and you can really find yourself in the mud. You've mentioned Villa. I think everyone's waxed lyrical about them, haven't they? And since Unai Emery's came in, what he's done there in such a short amount of time is incredible. You look at the goals they're scoring as well. In their last 3 games, no competitions: 3 against Luton, 4 against AZ Alkmaar, 4 against West Ham as well. Obviously 6 against Brighton in the end of September too. They're just another of those sides right now who are brilliant to watch.
They are the Premier League's top goal scorers as well. 26 goals. 26 goals a game. I mean, it's it's not like they've gone out and brought like an elite level striker. It's certainly Ollie Watkins, has stepped up, but all of the team as well. It's just it's a real good team, and I think that's what Unai Emery, has really turned Aston Villa into. I don't think anybody could have predicted this. Exactly like you said, unbelievable.
No, they have been absolutely incredible, and to consider that they're juggling European football as well. This game's another one playing Thursday on the Sunday. They're not in the Europa League this week, but they've been playing a lot of games on the Sunday. They're back there in that slot as well at 2:00. It is a difficult place to go, Forest, but I think when we've mentioned the quality of Villa there and the recent form of both. I think Forest will snatch round off for a draw, even though they are at home. I don't know what you think, Connor.
No, I totally agree. I mean, Steve Cooper's going to be wary that he needs to start putting 3 points on the board soon. But yeah, I think against his Aston Villa side, I think he would take a point and it would be a good result. And I think Nottingham Forest and Steve Cooper are just going to be thinking, just trying to keep, those almost 2 banks of fours to try and keep Aston Villa out. Because, like I said, 2.6 goals per game, Premier League's top goal scorers. It's hard to shut them out. I think one thing is for sure, and that is if Nottingham Forest are going to get anything from this game, they're going to have to get on the score sheet themselves. And again, that's not been easy as well against Aston Villa.
Yeah, absolutely. With all that said, we're going to our predictions. I'll give mine first. I'm going to go for Villa. I think that's a controversial decision. I'm going to go 3-1 away win for them again. A 3-1 home win last time out against Luton. I'm going to go 3-1 away win this weekend at the City ground. They're just on a roll right now, and they haven't really shown any signs of stopping, have they? Do you want to give your prediction, Connor, as well?
Yeah, I'm going to go with an Aston Villa win. I think they're great value for the win anyway. But even removing the value, I just think they're far better side at the moment. I'm going to go 2-0 Aston Villa, I think. Defensively, they are quite strong. I know they conceded last time. It was a bit of a free goal, to be honest. But yeah, I think they're just so good. Again, it's a bit like how we can't predict Man United or Chelsea to win any game. It's hard to predict Aston Villa dropping points in any game at the moment because they're so good. Unai Emery's got them playing perfectly. He is, don't make any mistake. He is an elite level manager. He took Sevilla to 3 Europa Leagues. He's managed PSG. He's managed Arsenal. Aston Villa are very, very lucky to have such a manager because, if Unai Emery was out of a job, he'd be the sort of team that, say, Manchester United or Chelsea would be desperate to bring in, I'm sure, if they needed a new manager.
Absolutely, yeah. That previews our predictions. That concludes, our preview and predictions for Nottingham Forest for Nottingham Forest against Aston Villa. I've mentioned we've got our own head-to-head predictions in the previous videos. As you can see on my head right now, Connor will be desperate to claw that back. I'm still waiting for him to have a go at me for saying that. You get 3 points for the correct scoreline, 1 point for the correct result. Good luck to everyone. See how you compare against us as well in the comments section. Like I said, the more you do that, the more likely you are to be pulled out of the winner of the competition I mentioned at the start on our road to 100 subscribers, as you can see there. Subscribe to the channel, that's the important bit, and then leave your comment to get your name in the hat. You can follow us over on Twitter as well at footballnow_1. That's where the announcement will be made once we hit that 100 mark. So good luck to everyone who does get involved. That concludes our preview for Nottingham Forest against Aston Villa. But like I said, we're doing a video for each of the games this weekend. You can find all those on the channel, and we'll see you over there.